Oh yeah, people across the Bay Area dealing with crushed cars, close calls, and for thousands, still no power. This evening, we are tracking the fallout from an epic windstorm that tore right through the Bay Area.
In the East Bay, a scene that's more like something you would see after a tornado. A power pole in Walnut Creek snapped in half by those powerful winds. The wire is the only thing holding that power pole up. Now, this is all happening on busy Ignacio Valley Road near Homestead Avenue. Some lanes are blocked off while crews work to make repairs, and they're asking people to avoid that area. Power outages are also still a huge problem throughout Contra Costa County. As our John Ramos reports, people and businesses spending a day in the dark.
It was a wild night for weather in the Bay Area, and here in Contra Costa, people are beginning to realize how powerless they can be when the winds start to blow. The winds that whipped through the East Bay didn't just move trees, it also sent a lot of people back to their pioneer roots.
As the evening progressed, you know, you get the candles out and the flashlights. Cooking on a gas stove, you got to light it with a lighter. We did all of that stuff, and I thought it'd be on this morning, but it's not on yet, so.
In the town of Alamo, they had electricity on one side of the street while the other was still dark, 18 hours after the power died. That made the Chevron station a popular place as people filled up their generators.
If it's not wildfires, it's something else. You know, now we have a lot of rainstorms, and I don't know, they're talking about a tornado, what's going to be happening in Los Angeles. It's really bad, so I think we need to be prepared. So it's probably going to be a run on generator cells, I would think.
PG&E was scrambling to keep up with all the downed lines, and once again in Walnut Creek, whether you had power seemed like a matter of chance. The Elite Nail Spa was up and running, but other businesses just 40 feet away in the same complex were dark and empty.
We're happy, we're lucky. We don't have a power work today. Thank you.
My neighbors across the street, they don't have it, we do, and sometimes they have it and we don't. So you just never know. I don't get it, but that's PG&E, right?
In Pleasant Hill, a large eucalyptus tree snapped in half, bringing the lines down to the ground and shutting down an entire shopping center. Oak Park Cleaners wasn't doing any cleaning, but owner Robin Bach stayed open to allow pickups of clothing. But because her conveyor line wasn't working, it was an adventure locating anything.
I just go by the last name and alphabetically, and I go inside and, you know, I can pick the clothes. I still can do that. So, I'm the lucky one.
Lucky or not, she's fed up with having to go days on end without power. She lost 3 days of business last year.
It's chaos. It's chaos. Most of all, we are losing a lot of money.
Back in Alamo, the guys at the Pete's Coffee think tank were reevaluating California's headlong rush to go all electric.
You got to have some sort of a backup system. So having 100% electricity with PG&E, the way they run things, is a stupid thing to do.
Always have a plan B. That's what I say. You don't want to put it. You don't want to put on. What's the other saying? Don't want to put all your eggs in one basket.
Especially if those eggs have gone bad because the refrigerator isn't working.
And at the Pleasant Hill Shopping Center, businesses were told they could be without power for the next several days. Other parts of the Bay Area experiencing widespread power outages. Here's a look at the PG&E outage map at last check. More than 143,000 customers still in the dark. That is, though, a significant drop from yesterday when there were more than 231,000 customers without power.
Well, from falling trees to flooding rivers, we've seen weather-related trouble across the Bay Area over the past 48 hours. Ann Makovec joins us now, and Ann, crews are still assessing all the damage.
Yeah, and Liz, we just found out that Cal State East Bay is keeping its Hayward campus closed again tomorrow. They're still without power. With so many roadways blocked, some of the storm-battered areas around the Bay weren't even accessible until today. And sadly, we are finding out that a man was killed after a tree fell onto a house in Boulder Creek. He was 45 years old. That tree fell yesterday afternoon along Highway 9. One person was able to make it out of the house, but that man was trapped inside and later found dead. In San Francisco, public works crews busy clearing out a tree that fell onto a parked car. This happened on Dolores Terrace in the Mission. Some neighbors say they saw the moment the tree came crashing down.
I think we're just lucky nobody got hurt. Houses can be replaced, but you can't replace a life. So I'm just glad everybody's okay.
The car owner was not home at the time. We caught some scaffolding in the city that appeared to be damaged, potentially from wind. This is in San Francisco's Richmond district today. This was just south of the Presidio. No injuries reported there. In the South Bay, we just got word that the Guadalupe River trail undercrossings are all closed in San Jose till further notice. The river rose very quickly this weekend. You can see trapping people and pets in Guadalupe River. Park rescue crews used that inflatable boat to pick up 6 people and several dogs. One group who had been camping there and another a little further south along the riverbed. The cleanup continues in the North Bay as well. So many trees fell in the Santa Rosa area. Firefighters lost count. PG&E crews were backlogged trying to restore power. In some cases, it took them hours to arrive to secure sparking power poles that were taken down by falling trees. Now, firefighters want everyone to take any break we have in between storms to check any trees on your property that could be in weak or questionable condition and try to take care of them before they have the chance to fall. Ryan.
All right, thanks, Ann. Taking a live look outside right now from downtown San Francisco. We are seeing a mix of everything. A little bit of clouds, a little bit of rain, even some patches of blue sky, even some sunshine outside. Let's bring in Chief Meteorologist Paul Heggen. Paul, a lot happening today, but a lot calmer also than this time yesterday.
Yeah, 24 hours ago, the winds were mostly peaking across the Bay Area. Numerous gusts over 60 miles an hour. Some of the highest elevations had a few reports of wind gusts over 90 miles an hour. Let's take a look at the rainfall totals and the highest gusts that we recorded with this system. So I put both pieces of data on our map here. And look at those gusts. Almost 3 inches of rain, but it's the peak wind gusts yesterday that's really eye-catching. 87 miles an hour. Really just shows the influence that elevation can have. You go up, you run into those higher gusts. For the most part, these numbers registering the 40 to 50-mile-an-hour range, but Half Moon Bay, while you picked up just under 1.5 inches of rain, your peak wind gust was over 60 miles an hour. Just over 2 inches of rain for downtown San Francisco. The rainfall amounts were enough to cause flooding because these amounts of rain fell in a short amount of time, but it really was the wind impact of this event that was more substantial. Over 4 inches of rain for Novato. And while you see the wind gusts on the map for the North Bay, mostly in that 40 to 50-mile-an-hour range, obviously there was variability, and there was certainly enough rain or enough wind to cause some significant problems in terms of power outages. Still a couple leftover showers right now, including right now over eastern Alameda County. Some heavier downpours around parts of the Tri-Valley, including towards the Altamont Pass. A few more showers making their way through San Jose as well, but we're going to get into a lighter off and on shower pattern as we head through the next few days.